What is up, bros? It's Ash, and I'm bringing you some Search and Destroy gameplay on that standoff using the DSR-50 with the dual band scope, and I think that's it. I got a pretty decent gameplay here, and the commentary topic I had in mind today was why I play Search. Now, I don't play Search well, I do play Search primarily, especially if I'm playing solo, because playing respawn game types in this game solo, unless you're just an absolute beast, is suicide. Because, you know, team comp, it plays a lot into how well you're gonna be able to perform in a respawn-based game type. So, without a team, you're gonna be screwed. But in Search, I feel like you're more likely to be able to carry a team by yourself, because there's not as much to do, in my opinion. So, rather than play, let's say, Dom with a sniper and go 30 and 28 and try to use that as a gameplay, I play Search where I can go, you know, 10 and 2, 9 and 1, 9 and 0, 10 and 0. You know, some rare games I go 17 and 3. Speaking of which, watch my most recent episode of And We're Live, in which I do go 17 and 3. Not with a sniper, but still, that's pretty good for Search and Destroy, I'd say. But and another thing is, I suck. So if I'm having a really off day and I play Domination, I might go like 15 and 30, and that's god awful. But if I'm having an off day and I play Search, the most times I could possibly die in one game is 7. If I die every single round and don't get a kill, but somehow my team manages to win every round, the worst I can do is 0 and 7. So overall, I'm not going to go. It's not possible for me to go nearly as negative in Search. And as you just noticed, I just cut out the remainder of that round that I got killed on, so you didn't have to watch a blank screen, or I didn't have to flip through different players and whatnot. So yeah. And I forgot to mention that I might have to tag on another video at the end of this, depending on how long the commentary takes. But I also like Search because I feel like, you know, between rounds, between deaths, it's more of a chill game type. Like, it's more hectic in a sense because you only have one life per round. But it's also more chill in that it's not constant chaos. Like, let's say you die. You've got, you know, however much amount of time before the other team wins or your team wins to just chill. Like, you know, I can just sit and text on my phone, or I can check something on my computer, or whatever. And I don't feel like I'm constantly having to, like, try. Whereas in Dom, I constantly have to focus on the objective. I have to worry about where the enemy team is constantly. I have to worry about whether they're taking the flag, whether they're taking our flag, whether we're getting spawn trapped. That's another thing. There's no spawn trapping in Search and Destroy. They're not gonna, it's not like the other team is going to be right outside our spawn right when the round starts, just murdering us all. And I feel like I feel more of a sense of accomplishment when I win a game of Search and Destroy, or if I do well in a game of Search and Destroy. It's because, you know, there's that risk factor yet again where you only have one life. There's one life per round, so if you go 5 and 1 in a round, that means you killed almost their entire team with your one life before you got taken out. And again, there's also the fact that you might be the only one left alive on your team. And as you'll see in the last round, that happens to me. And I really enjoy this. I don't know, it gets my heart pumping, it gets me a little, you know, hyped up whenever I'm the last one left alive. Because, I don't know, there's a little bit extra wow factor when not only do you kill the remainder of their team, but when you're outnumbered and you're the only one left. Like, here it is right now. It's me against 3 guys. And I'm going to tell you one thing about getting clutches, which is what it's termed when you're the last one alive and you kill the entire enemy, or the rest of the enemy team. When it comes to that, my tips are, stay mobile. When you kill somebody, haul ass. Get out of there. Odds are, if the enemy team is smart and they know where you're at, if you're sitting in one spot, they're going to swarm you. And the odds of you getting multiple kills in this game without them killing you are pretty slim because the guns are all incredibly lethal. And another thing is, pay attention to what score streaks you have. If you have anything that can help you out, use it to your advantage. Although I will say, if you have a UAV, you don't waste it on yourself. And yeah, the commentary is going to go over time, so I'm going to have to stick another video right here, but whatever. Don't waste your UAV on yourself unless it is, like, let's say it's tied 3-3. If the enemy team has 3 rounds and you also have 3 rounds, then don't waste your UAV, or do waste your UAV on yourself. Use it, because you don't want to risk losing when you have that tool in your pocket that can allow you to win. But then again, if your whole team is alive and there's only one enemy left, and it's like the second round and you have a UAV, don't waste it on one dude. Not only is that a complete waste because it's one guy against 6, odds are you're going to kill him. But what if he has Ghost? I mean, hypothetically, what if he has Ghost? Then you completely wasted it because your UAV does nothing to him. It does jack squat. And you know, there's what other tips can I have for clutches? I'd say if you don't feel comfortable with the gun you currently have in your pocket, in your hand, whatever, if you manage to kill one enemy, grab their gun. If you're not feeling like the gun you have is the tool you need to succeed in the situation. If it's 1v4 and you've got the SVU sniper rifle, and the first guy you kill has a Vector, grab that thing. Don't be afraid. Because regardless, a 1v4 clutch with any gun, in my opinion, takes skill. And another thing is, in search, pay attention to where your teammate's positioning is. If you have friends that you're playing with, make call-outs to the best of your ability. Pay attention to where your enemy's equipment and your friendly equipment is at. If you're sitting in a room and you know that your teammate has a shock charge below you, and you hear the shock charge go off, even though it's not your shock charge, you can, discern, there's an enemy down there. Either they just destroyed it or they just hit the shock charge. If you hear an explosive go off like a Claymore or a Betty and there's no kill in the kill feed, then you know that someone just detonated it. And if you know where that equipment is, you can make your way towards it and hopefully catch the enemy off guard. And yet again, if you see that your teammate dies, watch the kill feed for a second and try to figure out if the man who killed him was killed or if he's still alive, so that you can prepare yourself to know where his location is and how you need to position yourself to get the best chance at killing him. So for example, if he is, on the opposite end of the map and you see that your teammate got killed over there and that your enemy lived, you can kind of worm your way around the map and try to get in that direction, or you can straight up rush him depending on what weapon you have. For example, if you have the Vector or if you have the MSMC, any of the SMGs, rush. Go straight down his throat, catch him off guard, and kill it. And I guess this was sort of kind of like a tips video, and I'm not going to claim to be a pro at search or anything like that. It's just my preferred game type, and there's a thing or two that I know, and I don't always use them to the best of my ability either. But I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. If you'd like more things like this, if you'd like me to talk more about search or more about tips and stuff in general, like I said, I'm not a pro, but I'd be more than welcome to do commentary like this, and I will catch you bros later, as always.